and they are SA Pick of the Week for this week. Remember, if you are a band and you'd like to come and chat to us and play us a song on SA Pick of the Week, you can email Sanny, SANNY. I don't know if you can understand my pronunciation today. At mixfm.co.za. Parable 15. Welcome, guys. So we've got Bryce, Mark, and Marius in the studio. How are you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Okay, so you guys are from Durban.
Yeah.
So are you touring Joburg at the moment?
Yeah, we're on a tour called Comfortably Country, which is sort of a thing we put together at the beginning of this year. We've got two fantastic opening acts that are working with us, Ren Falkman and Zaz, and we headlining this tour. We're in Joburg this weekend. Daisy and Dukes is a country salute. Yeah, in Ilovo. Yeah. Ilovo, that's right. Santon, somewhere there.
Yeah, I've heard. I think it's
the junction.
That's
the junction in Ilovo.
Is that where it is now?
So
maybe it's. I've heard such great things about this place. I haven't been yet, but that's really cool.
So come along tonight. That's where we'll be.
Okay,
that's
cool.
tonight, and then tomorrow we're at the Barnyard Theatre at Gold Reef City,
awesome.
And we are 6 tickets away from being completely sold out. So,
so
if you want to see Parable 15, Ren and Zaz, then pull into Daisy and Dukes tonight, because that's the only place you're going to get to see us. I think.
And you can just come to
Yeah, absolutely. It's a free show tonight.
Awesome. Okay, so Comfortably Country. So you guys, you do have a really cool country vibe. Yeah. How did that happen from a bunch of Durban boys?
Okay, so to give you a quick background, Bryce and I'm Mark, for those people listening who can't see me, are brothers, and both of us have been in the music industry our entire lives. This was a sort of a dream for us when we were very small, and I had the privilege of traveling to Nashville, Tennessee, with a band called Tree 63 many years ago.
Oh, many years ago.
Yeah, and that's kind of where the country thing... I was a fan of country music before that, but having been in Nashville and having kind of worked in the music industry as long as I did while I was there, that's kind of where it came from. I took what I'd learnt and came home, and it kind of just stuck. So that's kind of what we've been doing. We've been a band now for 7 years, and we've kind of worked on this thing from then to now. Yeah.
And how accepting of this sort of country style of music do you find the South African audience is?
It's extremely interesting, because in the beginning, on our first album, we tried to subtly put this country thing in. We were more an acoustic pop act with some country feel, because we were very afraid of the South African market and not really being accepted. Since the show Nashville, surprisingly enough, everybody's come out of the closet a little bit and gone, hey, I quite like country music, and so we've had...
Say thank you to Lennon and Mays.
Absolutely. so we've had great reception ever since then. But I think a lot of people are closet country fans. They just think of country as Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline, and have no idea that bands like Lady Antebellum are actually country.
So I'm just telling you a funny story. So my cousins are from the States, and they grew up in Texas, so I mean country music's in
their lives.
In them. And they moved to Sydney for a few years, and my oldest cousin was in high school, and he still obviously really loved country music, but he was kind of embarrassed because it's not such a big thing in ours, of course. So when we went to go visit them, he made me go to the CD shops. This is like in 2000, 2001, when
CDs were still a thing.
And he wrote me like his list of country artists, and I had to go in and get them for him. He was like, if somebody sees me from my school, I can't be seen buying country music.
Wow.
But obviously this is a long time ago now, and it really has become much more of a mainstream thing in other parts of the world, not just in America.
Absolutely.
And maybe Nashville has helped, but I think it's quite fascinating. And you're saying you've got these two opening acts, and that also have a country.
Absolutely, yeah, full on country, yeah.
So and Daisies and Dukes is a country venue. So I think that is really, really cool what you guys are doing. And you released your debut album 3 years ago.
Yes.
It was called Stories. So obviously a part of country music is telling stories. So where do you find the stories that you write the songs about?
Well, so often we get asked the question, where does Parable 15 come from? And we get asked this question, are we a religious band, blah, blah, blah.
I was actually going to ask that.
So no, we are not. We are three human beings who play music. Parables essentially are stories with principles, much like fables, right? And so and 15 just kind of sounded cool. So that's where that came from. There's no
it's
like...
to do with the syllable.
Yeah, there's no metaphoric weird thing. It was just, that was it. And so we the album stories came from the stories of Parable. We wrote, the goal was to write 15 songs, because cheesy like that. But anyway, like we thought that was cool. And anyway, it only ended up being 10 tracks on the album, but the stories basically are our lives. We try and write as much motivating and inspirational music as we can. I think music is you have a massive responsibility when you kind of putting yourself out there. So most of the songs have this inspirational sort of message to them, and so that's kind of where it came from.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys are going to play us something from the new album. So they're going to talk through the storm. The track we just played, Hell of a Ride, on the album as well.
Yes.
But you're going to play Song in There Somewhere.
Yeah, Song in There Somewhere.
What's the song about?
Tell the story. I've spoken too much.
No, you. Go ahead.
Song in There Somewhere was written an extremely long time ago. It was shelved. I wrote the song in 2011. It was really slow, this ballady kind of song. It's very interesting. So listen to the lyrics because it's really cool.
Okay, so
But,
you kept it on the shelf for a while.
For a
Why
while.
did you decide now to record it for the album?
It was weird. We were writing for the record. We wrote 96 songs for this album, and only 10 made it. But we were writing for the record, and Bryce started playing this guitar riff, and somehow I started singing the lyrics from a song I wrote 7 years previous, or 6 years previous, whatever. So it just kind of fell into place, and it's our brand new single. We've had Hell of a Ride out, weirdly enough, South Africa, America, and Australia. Surprisingly enough.
So the
Sydney
Aussies are
is
there
the
now.
second biggest country music industry following in the world.
Isn't that amazing? So my cousin obviously didn't know back in
Right.
2000.
So artists like Keith
what am I
Urban
embarrassed?
are massive.
That was on the list, a Keith Urban album that I had to go against.
Right.
What was the other guy? I was trying to remember all of these. I
Tim
think it's
McGraw,
so
probably.
funny. Probably him.
So yeah,
They're all
so
actually
that's
really
where it
good.
comes from. Song in There Somewhere is, to give you the concept, basically is about love. It's about a young marriage and an old marriage, and how the two sort of mold together. So,
Okay, so what I think we should do with the mics,
right,
let's put this mic by the guitar.
cool.
Let's steal this one. Unless you're going to play. So, are you going to sing as well? No. Yeah, so let's bring this down here. Yeah, that's awesome. And then you can sing into that one. Fantastic. This is SA Pick of the Week, Parable 15. The song is called Song in There Somewhere.
Yeah.
Take it away, guys.
All right, here we go.
Inside the arms, she floats down the night, the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. She gives him a little smile, 'cause there won't be lies ahead. Clouds are cast out of their own minds. Yeah, they're frozen in time. There's a soul in there somewhere. Someone should write it down, put it into a melody, stir the words all around, until it makes somebody laugh, until it makes somebody cry. There's a soul in there somewhere. You can see it in their eyes. Rolls his arms around her and he squeezes his eyes. It's been 50, 70 years. world's all around. Till we make somebody laugh, till we make somebody cry. There's a song in there somewhere, you can see it in their eyes.
There you go.
SA Pick of the Week in its parable. That was so cool. Some Durban boys, they're touring up in Joburg. You can go see them at Daisies and Dukes tonight. Or tomorrow at the Barnyard Gold Reef City, but there's
Yes.
barely any tickets left.
I think 6, the last we heard.
Okay, so I'm
So-
sure you can get them from Gold Reef City
Yes.
tickets.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gold Reef City tomorrow night, Daisies and Dukes tonight.
Mm.
Do you find if you did get picked up as country artist to kind of move to Nashville or to the States, is that something you would do? Would you feel that the industry there is a little bit flooded? Would you rather try and promote country music in South Africa?
It's a tough question. Having lived there for 5 years and done the Nashville thing,
Yeah.
I think it is flooded. I think it is very difficult. You know, I know people who've been a band for 20 years and still don't have a record deal, and you know, they make a living. The country's big enough that they can travel around in a van and sell CDs out of their boots and make enough money to live and have a family. But the reality is that, you know, for me, I think for all of us, we'd like to see country music grow in this country.
In this country,
And I think it's more about education. Like I said, I think a lot of people think of country music as this, you know, my dog died and my truck ran out of gas and I got no whiskey. And some of it is like that. I mean, that's true, I guess, some of it. But I think, like every kind of music genre, it's evolved. You know, I think music's evolved and it's 2018 and country music's evolved. And so kind of what you heard is a very acoustic version of the song, but it's more poppy than what you would think, or more rock and roll than what you would think. So it's, I
it's
think
not
I'd like
that
to promote it here, I think, and get people to know what we're all about and what modern country music is. And that's the whole goal behind Comfortably Country. Ren Feltman is an incredible artist who does a more sort of modern rock country sound. Zaz is better than Carrie Underwood, better than Kelly Clarkson, and
a lot of voice for a little lady.
yeah, you know, and the whole deal is that we're trying to show people that there is talent right here at home.
Yeah. So you can go and
We're
support.
traveling around the country. We're in East London in a couple of weeks. We went to Mozambique last weekend. We are all over the place.
Is there Comfortably Country Facebook page?
Yes, there is.
People can go and have a look.
Comfortably Country Facebook page, Parable 15 Facebook page, Ren Feltman Facebook page, Zaz
So
Facebook
it's
page.
Parable 15 written out, hey?
Yes.
15 written out.
Yes.
Your music is obviously available on all platforms.
Everywhere.
For people to go and have a look. And remember
Absolutely.
to support SM Music. I think it's so important. That's why we do this feature as well. I wish you guys the best of luck.
Oh, thank
You've
you
been
so
around
much.
for years already.
Thank you.
But I think you're going to do great things.
Thank you.
And I think it is a part of, if you can make the parable or the story more of a South African story with a
Absolutely.
country sound, which you can totally do,
Absolutely.
then you can make your own sort of version of country music as well.
Absolutely. Yeah,
which I think
please
is
support
awesome.
South African music so I can feed my children.
Go to parable15.com. It is parable15.com, all
Yes.
written out.
Yes.
Remember, tickets available for tomorrow night. Maybe they're already gone.
But come tonight.
Tonight, I've heard it is the fun. It's
Oh, it's
so much fun.
amazing. There's
So it's
incredible
Daisies and
people
Dukes.
in cowboy boots dancing on the bar. If you've watched Coyote Ugly,
Then you gotta
it's
come.
the deal, man. That's
What
how
time are
it
you
is.
guys playing tonight?
We're gonna play at about 8:30. So
Okay, fantastic.
get down there, come say hi to us. We'd love to meet you. We've got some CDs on sale tonight. Come have a drink with us, and
Awesome.
we'll impart some Durban.
Bryce, Mark, Marius, thank you so much. Parable15.com if you'd like more info. Have a fantastic weekend at Joburg.
Thank you so much.